something I didn't.
You didn't throw out the stat. That was just wrong.
Regardless.
I mean, that's
He throws out stats. He doesn't throw out.
And his other mortal he didn't pick.
I mean, the only stat you gave for the game was just made up.
Welcome back, my college football degenerates. We're back with another Thursday college football episode. It was an electric week last week for the sport. Terrible for us. I was not 60% or better on my card. I'm going to pay one subscriber $50. We'll get into that into the episode. But let's talk some college football this week, baby.
Let's talk some games.
Yeah,
Let's roll into it.
As Ryan said in the intro, welcome back. Huge week in college football. Week 8 coming up. I can't believe we've been through week 0 through week 7 now. It feels like it just started. I mean, every time I look at the slate, I get so excited. I'm like, we get to talk games this week. We get to talk games this week. And we have a lot of ranked games. Some big matchups.
Yeah.
And arguably the biggest game to date, like of the season so far.
Yeah.
Penn State, Ohio State. Well, that'll be the last game we talk about. So stick around for that. But before we talk about the games, as Ryan mentioned, he said if he didn't go 60% on his card, he'd give out $50 to anyone who commented, one of the people who commented on one of the 3 videos we posted last week. Ryan, the floor is yours. You did not go 50%. Who wins your money?
I did not go 50%. That is correct. And I am true to my word. So I will be giving $50 to one lucky subscriber, whose name is... Real Blythe. Real Blythe. Yes.
Congratulations.
For me being a terrible gambler. See how easy the pod is? All you gotta do is comment, subscribe, like. You get free money weekly. It's free money.
Free money. And that wasn't even from like the gang as a whole.
No,
that was
just me.
No,
that was just Ryan.
Ryan was just bad. He's like, oh, here's more money.
Yeah, here's free money for being worse.
So yeah, reach out to us, DM us on Instagram at DJNowers_. Mike, throw it up right here.
Bang.
DM that account on Instagram with proof that you are the owner of that YouTube account that we just threw up that you won. And yeah, we'll just send you, we'll Venmo you, Zelle, whatever, $50.
Also, thank you for the support because I think she was commenting on like literally every video.
Every video.
Posted.
Definitely
thank
deserved
you for
it.
the support.
Thank you.
If we win the subscriber picks parlay, you're also definitely in the running for that.
Oh yeah.
Everyone else, if you want to get these type of benefits, comment on all the videos. It's literally the only thing you have to do. We love the comments. We're giving away free money. We've already given away.
Comment L. Comment worst gamblers on earth. Comment anything you want. We don't care.
We've given away $100 to when we hit 100 subscribers. We give $350 for the Mortal Parlay. Now $50 here. So that brings to $500.
Half a grand.
$500 given away
just
for literally doing nothing but
Typing
commenting.
letters
So,
and
and if we hit a parlay, it's $1,200 in your pocket. So
bang.
now that that's out of the way, congratulations, not to you for losing the bet, but to our subscribers for winning the money.
Real Blythe for the
Let's talk
free
some
money.
games. First game on the card, ranked matchup, Tennessee, Alabama. 2 one-loss SEC teams. Alabama, -9.5, over under 49. Our resident SEC expert, Mr. Mario, tell us where are we going in this game?
In this game, it's a little tricky actually with the 9.5.
A little tricky.
But I'm leaning right now on Tennessee staying within the spread. I think Bama always wins this game. I just see way too many possibilities for Tennessee to kind of keep this within range here.
Yeah.
I do think this is going to be an under game.
Ooh.
I don't see a lot of points. I think Alabama's defense will make it tough for Tennessee, and I think vice versa as well. I just don't think Milrose, a guy who's going to come out and put up 40 points. Famous last words. Watch it. Score 45. But yeah, I think it's going to be kind of like a similar to last week's like Arkansas 24-21 kind of thing.
That was a painful game to have
painful
Bama
game.
-19 for me. Painful game to have Bama -19.
That's a painful
Flex
game.
the card.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where I'm leaning right now. Tennessee
So you're going
plus 9.5.
And the under.
And the under.
And the under.
Wow. All right. Mike.
I am with you on Tennessee, Mario. I think that Jalen Milroe can't throw.
Ooh.
I've been pretty much all over the Alabama's offense collapsed after Texas beat them. And yeah, also, sorry to go against you, but I'm going to go to the over of 49 only because the line opened at 66.5, dropped absolutely just nuked down to 49. I think it has to find equilibrium. I think it's going to fade out somewhere at like 54. So I think 49 is just a...
So you're projecting... The Michael projection...
Someone with $10 million is going to bet.
The official projection is the line moves from where it's at right now 5 points up at kickoff.
It's equilibrium. It's called equilibrium.
If that happens, I'll cover all your bets for the week.
Water finds its level.
Yeah, watch.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. It floats.
Has that ever happened in the history of the sport without barring a huge injury?
Even with an injury, I don't know if the line would go up. I mean, 54. I mean, that's crazy. But okay, you love the under because of the equilibrium.
I mean,
You're an equilibrium guy.
Yeah, equilibrium.
Wait, I thought you were going over.
No, he's on the over.
No,
I said over.
Over.
Huge over guy.
Over.
Did I say under?
Yeah.
And you,
over.
And then you
Over
agree.
in Tennessee.
I said over. I said
Over
under.
in
you agree.
Tennessee.
All right.
Bang. Bing bang move.
Tennessee over. Okay.
Yeah. Tennessee over.
All right. Yeah.
Tennessee and the over.
I lean the over here actually more than the side.
Bang.
I think Bama wins the game, like Mario said, but I'm done betting Bama to cover spreads. Like I said, minus 19 last week, brutal. They didn't look great at all. I mean, Arkansas covers spreads as underdogs. They did it against Ole Miss 2 weeks ago. They did it against Bama last week.
And LSU.
And LSU. Arkansas covers, they don't win. Bama, I think, wins, doesn't cover.
Yeah.
So I'd lean Tennessee here, but I'm not going to take a side. I do bet the over, though. I don't think Bama's that great. We saw Arkansas put up points. Tennessee's better than Arkansas, I think. Tennessee has been super slept on. These are two offenses that have been depressed this season. I think what better chance to explode than against each other? So
Wait, what?
I like the over.
That's
Okay.
I like the
that.
over.
No, I love it.
They can just explode all over each other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's my guess. Bama explodes all over Tennessee.
and Tennessee also explodes all over Alabama.
Yeah, in retaliation, yes.
love that. Exploding all over each other, back and forth.
Yep.
A retaliation over.
Mike got real excited.
Yeah,
when he
Mike
heard
knows
it.
exactly
Mike
what
got
we're talking
real
about.
excited when he heard it. Right, Mike?
Boing.
Good thing we got the table set down. Right. Where are you going in this game?
I'm gonna go with Bama minus 9.5. I told myself that starting this week after the absolute depressing week I had last week, I would bet what Vegas is giving to me. This line should not be 9.5. There should be after Tennessee hasn't looked terrible. They've covered the last 3 weeks.
They're not great, though.
They're not great,
Yeah.
but Bama literally has looked bad. They have not covered. They almost lost outright to Arkansas. So this line should be 4.5.
Good program.
3.5. The fact that this line is so big makes me just do the Vegas thing where I don't know, and they do, and it wins you money. Trust me, it does. I'm gonna get Bama minus 9.5 principal because the line's too big. I'm gonna go over 48 too. I think Bama's gonna find their way on offense this week.
Ooh, I like the over now
right.
even more. Tate, round us out.
Yeah, I'm actually going to ride Bama 2 here at minus the 9.5. I think this number's too big. There's a reason why it's too big. Games in Tuscaloosa, I think Tennessee's looked pretty average, and I think they're going to struggle on the road. I'll take Nick
Tuscaloosa.
Saban and lay the points with Bama.
Ooh, we're laying the points.
Bama.
Big SEC game. I mean, the winner of that game
Has a chance.
with
Pretty
Brock
much.
Bowers hurt
Yeah.
at Georgia. Very big chance to win the SEC. The winner
Yep.
of the SEC, no matter what, will be in the playoffs.
I was
So
gonna say pretty much wins it, but
me
I
my
guess
SEC
they still have to.
not
play
this year.
Georgia.
They're not going to win the whole thing. I don't think this. I
No,
don't think-
wins the SEC because I don't think Georgia's gonna contend with either one of them.
You think the
without
winner of
Brock
this game
Bowers.
wins the SEC?
Pretty much.
Wow.
I don't think Georgia's good without Brock Bowers.
So
Clearly, you haven't seen Jaden Daniels play quarterback.
this is for. This is the SEC championship in your mind.
I mean, I'm not saying it, but
And the over is going to move 5 points.
You're not saying it, so you did just say
You
it.
just said that. No. You just said
I'm
that.
not saying it, but
I'm not
directly
saying
just
it.
said
But I'm
You didn't hear it first. You didn't hear it here.
but also
He's implying.
know.
It's implied.
He implied it by directly stating. it.
Exactly.
But,
okay,
yeah,
that makes
but
sense.
like
That's
I said,
that's just
I
called a
didn't
statement.
say it, but
He's directly stating his implications.
yeah,
Okay.
huh?
All right, yeah. Enough of Michael humming around. Game 2 on the card: Duke at Florida State. Another big ranked matchup. Florida
ACC
State
matchup.
big favorites for one reason and one reason only. FSU minus 14. Over under is 49. Riley Leonard questionable to play. Very similar to the Trevor Lawrence thing. They're saying day to day on him, but he's been very hurt. So I think even if he plays, he's been out for a couple weeks,
It's not gonna look good.
it might not look great. I'll kick us off here on the ACC guy. I really like Duke plus the points here. Duke's offense with Riley Leonard. If Riley Leonard plays, and I'm hoping he does, even if he's not all the way there, I think they can still move it a bit on Florida State. We saw Clemson was able to do it. We saw Boston College was able to do it. They haven't looked dominant the entire season. There's been spots where they look great, like last week against Syracuse. But that's a big number. 14 is a
14
big
is
number.
huge.
Duke's ranked that high for a reason. You got to remember, SC only lost one game. AP poll dropped them down to 18. Duke hasn't had their quarterback for a month. They're still ranked 16.
Yeah.
So it's not like this is like a bad team. This isn't a basketball school. It is a basketball school, but it's also starting to be a football school. So I love Duke plus the points. If Riley plays, I think you love it even more. I think this line comes down a bit. Duke really has one of the best defenses in the ACC, and I think regardless if he plays or not, they hold them to this number. So this is for sure on my card. I really like Duke here.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to be on the Florida State minus 14. Only because, regardless of Riley Leonard, Duke is known to win games because of their run game. And Florida State's best part of their defense, in my opinion, is their front five, front six, like to stop the run. They got beat by Clemson because Cade played really well. Shipley didn't go crazy. They got beat by Boston College because of the passing attack, not because of the running attack. Yeah. And I truly think this is just one big running scheme for Duke. They're going to try to control the game to win this game. And if Florida State starts scoring, they're not going to be able to stop. I don't think Duke's going to be able to put up that many points. I think they put up like 13.
That's fair.
I'm asking for 27 out of Florida State, which has just been under their average of the year. So I like Florida State minus 14, just a better team. Unfortunate for Riley Leonard. I love Duke all year, but I just think even if he plays, he's going to be. I mean,
he's beat up.
He won't be able to run.
Yeah,
that's his thing.
Yeah, that's his thing.
No,
too.
but I do love the under in this game. I don't think Duke's going to score a lot, and Duke's defense is still really good. So Florida State might not go 50 on them, but it might be like a 31-10 type of game where like I do love the under. But yeah,
Tate?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree a little bit, but I think my logic would just be more so that if Duke was at home in this game, it would be a much different story. I think they would be able to carry enough momentum to cover the 14 and maybe even 10, obviously, because home underdogs in college football are just electric. Yeah. But Florida State being the home team here and Duke being without Riley Leonard and then probably a beat up Riley Leonard if he does play, I'm just gonna have to go with Florida State here because if they get rolling and they're doing long drives, Duke's defense can be on the field for a long time, and that's just the last thing you want to see from something that's going to carry you through the game because they're going to have to carry them through the game if they want a chance to even cover the spread. So
no, I
think
totally
it's a smart play.
I totally see what you both are talking about here. It's going to be hard for them to score a lot. One point I did want to make before we pass it off to Mario and Mike, Duke, their only loss is Notre Dame, which is not a conference loss. So in the ACC standings, Duke is still undefeated. And if they win this game, I'm not saying they're going to win, but I think they fight really hard in this game. This would be their first ACC loss. They could still very much make the conference championship in which Riley Leonard would be healthy for. So I see a scenario in which they actually hold him out here, just take the loss, and then move on. So, but regardless, I like the points. Mike, what do you feel?
Yeah, a little bit of a combination logic between Tyler and Ryan's here.
Complete opposites.
No, I know, but kind of watch the combination here.
You know the Drake meme?
No,
he's
so
like combination.
No. Why?
Florida State money line. And
No, why? That would be sharp. Watch my math. Watch my math.
All right, let's watch.
All right, so
Philosophy.
I am big on the under because I like Duke's defense a lot. Not necessarily sure that Duke could actually win this game, but because I'm taking the under, I'm gonna go Duke plus 14 because. It's just it's too little, right? The points are too little,
it's the way to do it if you're gonna bet.
Exactly. So that's my logic. That's what I'm taking. Just a quick fact: Duke here has the number 4 defense in the nation with points allowed. I mean, they're obviously something, and without Riley Leonard playing the past 4 weeks, I mean, it clearly shows that they're holding their own. So, yeah, I don't think they're completely irrelevant against a very solid Florida State.
Yeah, I think he's only been out 2 games because they had a bye. He got hurt 4 weeks ago, had a bye.
Oh, okay.
I think they was out 2 games. But yeah, still holds. He hasn't been playing, and they've still been actually beating teams.
Yeah, they're not terrible.
Yeah, Mario, how do you feel?
I'm actually agree a lot with Ryan here. I really like the Florida State minus 14. I just don't see Duke being able to really keep up with Florida State scoring. Florida State, every game at home this year, scored a minimum of 40 points. So they play very, very well at home. Huge advantage there. Duke, like Ryan said, just relies heavily on the run game. And if they get down 2 scores, I mean, it's over. They have to kind of abandon. You can't keep running the ball when you're down 2 scores. And their quarterback last week, even though they blew out NC State, he went 4 for 12.
Yeah, they ran the ball the entire game.
They ran the ball the entire game. And it's like, I don't think they're going to be able to do that on Florida State's front. That's exactly why I have Florida State minus 14. I also have the over just because I think Florida State will probably second half just kind of get going on offense. And I think, first half, Duke's defense obviously very good. I think they'll keep it a little bit, probably keep it within the 14, but I think it just gets out of hand second half. I think Florida State hits that 35 to 40 mark, and I think Duke can probably put up, 10 to 13 points, and it'll clip the over. So.
Yeah,
this is a huge game for them. For Florida State.
This is a huge game for Florida State.
If they win this game, they're pretty much locked.
And I mean, their coach,
they might.
All the reports, their coach Norvell, I think that's his name.
Norvell.
Yeah, I mean, he's been telling the reporters, he's been telling his team they're prepping for a fully healthy Riley Leonard,
that.
Yeah.
which. So I mean, they're going into this game like fully prepared. Like
Yeah,
they kind of were looking at this game last week. You know what
Worst
I mean?
case
So,
scenario.
Ryan's totally right. This is a huge game for them. They already took out Clemson. Like this is the last step in their schedule that would prevent them from getting the ACC championship. So big game to watch. Another big game to watch that could have been bigger last week if USC didn't fumble it. Utah at USC, the 2 1-loss Pac-12 teams, both ranked still. But is anyone really excited about these teams? Like these are kind of like the stepchilds of the Pac-12 right now, which is crazy to me. When you have this Utah team that has a great defense and USC with an electric offense, the spread's USC -6.5, total's 56. We're gonna start it with our Pac-12 guy over here, Mr. Tate. How do you feel about this? I know you're not a USC guy, but it's not a be number.
No, the USC defense is awful.
They're bad.
They're so bad.
Yeah.
Utah's defense is really good. This is actually a really funny spot here. I just have. I mean, Caleb Williams just has to show up at some point. I think this is a perfect game for him to just be like, no, I can throw the ball no matter what defense I'm playing. And he can ball out at a certain point. And it's only a touchdown and
Under a touchdown, yeah.
Yeah, it's under a touchdown. And Utah's offense is horrible. I mean, I feel like it's a little bit the same thing. Not quite the same thing. Obviously, Florida State has a much better defense than USC. Yeah, it's not even close. But it's kind of the same sentiment is that Duke doesn't have their quarterback right now. Maybe they will, but neither does Utah, and their offense is terrible. I mean, they looked awful.
What an electric showdown. Utah's offense versus USC's defense. The worst versus the worst. Just duking it out on the field. Oh.
So I think this is an easy bounce back spot for USC. I think I think the line's going to close at 7.5 or 8. I actually think people are going to realize that USC is going to be much better. And Cam Rising, I still think he's not going to play this year. He's going to redshirt and play next year.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is sad. I thought we were going to be on the same side this week because I've been loving the Pac-12. It's been the only thing making me money or doing anything for me. I love Utah plus 6.5. I'm not really just fading USC. Just watching them play last week. I mean, Notre Dame's defense is very good. Utah's defense is much better in my opinion. I think Utah's
Than
defense,
Notre Dame.
Yes,
Wow.
Utah's defense is one of the best in the nation. Like,
Wow.
Don't get it twisted. They're very, very good, and they played a lot of great offenses. I just think that I just don't see. Everyone talks about Caleb Williams, and I know he's really good, but like you have to talk about the players around him, and like they just aren't good in my opinion. I just don't think their star players are as good as other teams with their great. Like Penix has whatever his name is,
Romeo Duzan. Yeah, Romeo's beast.
Marvin Harris, whatever you want to call it. They don't have those guys. Maybe week to week they have those guys. I just think Utah is going to play a run game. I love the under in this game. I think they're going to play a run game, slow, methodical, and just play good defense. And Caleb's going to. It's one of those things. Last week, it's like now all the pressure. There's so much pressure on USC this week.
A lot of pressure.
So much pressure. And I'm telling you, for Utah, it's nothing for them. It's the same thing as last year. I like Utah.
So you're on Utah and the under.
And the under.
I'm gonna go USC and the over here. As always,
opposite.
Ryan and I usually butting heads on these college football picks. Yeah, I think this is an overreaction spot. I don't think USC is good. I think Utah is terrible. Their defense, sure, they're fine. This is going to be, like Tate said, a huge matchup between a bad offense in Utah and a bad defense in USC, and then a good offense in SC, and then a good defense in Utah. So whoever has the ball, it's going to be like kind of equals playing each other. I think Caleb Williams, he doesn't crack under the pressure. I think this is a huge bounce back spot for them. So I think they score a whole lot of points on a really good defense, and I think Utah actually puts up the points too because we could put a team together and score on this.
Yeah, interesting
defense.
note: Utah is top 10 in points allowed per game, or like very little points. They're also They're like a top 5 rushing defense, but almost all the way down middle of the pack in college football and pass defense,
which is all SC does.
Which is all SC does. They don't run the football at all.
Yeah, so give me SC, and I like the over here.
Yeah, I am not really taking a side on this. If I had to, I would probably just lean with Ryan and go fade SC. But with all that being said, I'm definitely going to be taking the over of 56 here.
Ooh, ride with me.
Let's go, baby.
Ride with me.
I think the whole idea behind it is that even if Utah ends up winning this game, they're going to have to continuously score points against a very easily score against the bull USC defense.
Score against
They're-
the Bulls.
Score against the Bulls.
Score against the bull.
One word. Score against.
Score against the Bulls. Say that 3 times fast.
Hyphenated, not.
How many
yeah.
hyphens are in that word?
Can we get a definition under the screen?
Yeah.
No.
Right now, pop up score
Well-
against the Bull.
Definition.
Michael's brain.
Wait, can you
I
use
don't-
it in a sentence?
No, I don't even know the
Can I get the
origin.
origin?
No,
The origin of the
I
word.
don't. But again, back to what I was saying. I think Utah is going to be able to score.
Yep.
Because USC's defense is so bad. I think they're going to need to
score against-
continuously
very score
score
against the Bulls.
because USC's offense is so good that they're going to have to create a lead of some type. And yeah, I think the over is the play here. So
That's sharp.
Bang.
Score against the Bull over.
Bang. Score
the
against the
Michael
bull
pick.
over.
Mario, how are you feeling? Are you riding with Caleb? Do you ride with
Ride
Caleb?
with me.
Or do you ride with Mike? Score against the Bull.
I'm actually on the opposite of Mike, complete opposite. I am on USC in the under here. I like USC minus 6.5. Kind of similar to the Duke situation. I think it's just an even worse situation at Utah. Their offense is just so bad. Like I've seen them play 2 games, and it's like embarrassing how
USC's
bad
defense.
their offense is. That being said, I think their defense can strap up and slow down this USC offense. Doesn't mean that it's going to be within the spread. I think USC is still probably going to, at the end of the day, probably put up like 28 points, and Utah might come out
About
score
what they did last
14,
week.
17.
This number's so inviting. For everyone to
I mean,
hammer
I know you were talking about last week, but it's like Notre Dame's a tough place to play on the road. They're at home. And I think Notre Dame can put up points and put that pressure on USC. You saw USC like last week in a lot of situations where they just had to just throw and
They're
kind of
running 2-minute offense at halftime.
at halftime because they were down so much. I mean, unless Caleb comes out, throws 3 picks in the first half again, I really don't see how Utah covers this. That being said, I do like the under, though. I think, like I said, I don't think Utah will put up a ton of points. I think they'll score a little bit, and I think they'll slow down USC's offense. So I see this somewhere in like the low to mid 40s.
Oh, I like it. A bunch of conflicting points of view.
I know. Everyone's on a different side.
Everyone's on a different angle. Ole Miss at Auburn. Big game in the SC. Another big SEC game. Auburn, not great this year, but this number indicates Vegas thinks something's going on. Ole Miss is only 6.5-point favorites going into a 500% win team
Yeah, it's retarded.
in Auburn. Total's 56.5.
Yeah, it's,
Michael, I'm going to start with you here.
as a
I feel like
blowout.
you have a sharp line. It's a blowout.
It's going to be a blowout. Auburn is terrible. I have no idea what Vegas is thinking. I'm taking that. I'm taking the under of, was it 56.5, right?
Blowout and the under.
Blowout and the under.
So Auburn just doesn't put up any points.
Auburn scores 0 at home.
Final score prediction? 42-7.
You will literally not even be close.
42-7.
You'll
42 to
literally not
7.
be close.
Wow.
Oh, well, that's my prediction.
Okay.
And I am taking the not Auburn because Auburn sucks.
Do you know who they play?
Ole Miss. But again, it doesn't even
What's
matter.
their mascot, man?
Who? Ole
Ole
Miss?
Miss. They're what?
Dude,
the Ole Miss. The Rebels.
Yeah.
You knew that.
Yeah. Arg,
You knew
arg.
that.
They're gonna
Arg.
rebel.
You knew that.
Yeah. Arg.
But you're
Rebels.
big on a blowout and the under.
I'm big on the fade Auburn. Yes.
Fave Auburn, yes.
Fade
Fade
Auburn.
Auburn, yes.
Obviously, we're
Fade
jumping to
Auburn.
Ryan. Ryan almost had a heart attack when he
Yeah.
heard Michael say that. He was so excited.
Heart attack.
I really, really like the under of 56.5, and that's unfortunately all I can say right now.
Isn't that?
Bang.
Oh.
Bang.
I love it.
So you're riding with Mike, though.
All I
Oh
can say
my
right
God.
now.
He.
Yeah,
oh.
but he
No,
gets the under.
No, he's got to save it.
No, I'm not going to have him say anything, but he's riding with Mike on the
riding
under.
with
No,
Mike.
I'm not gonna bet it. It's just hard. I like the under.
You like the under.
I like the under.
You're with Mike.
It's a good under.
Just you and
Wait.
Mike.
So what does this mean for? Okay.
No,
all right,
he's
all
talking
right.
about it later.
the under.
Obviously,
No, I get. No, I get.
one of the big
Took a
things.
second.
All right, wait. So bang.
Well, no, don't bang him. Don't bang
No,
him.
no,
yet.
don't
bang
bang
him.
Ryan.
yet.
No
Don't
banging
bang
yet.
Ryan.
But
yet.
we're banging.
All right, does Ryan? All right, time out. Yeah. No. We don't need to pause quite for that, Mike. A couple more bangs, we might make him take a walk. But Tate, are you with Ryan and Mike? Are you just all over the under?
Are we all banging?
All right, enough. All right, you stop.
No.
Settle down. over
Settle
there.
down. Stop. Deep breath.
All right.
No, I think we've seen. I mean, we had one of these games earlier in the year where we were talking about Georgia and Auburn, and it was what your game of the month or something.
I'm not talking. We don't talk about it.
27-20.
Yeah.
talk
So
about
for some reason, Auburn shows up at home. I hate that team. They're not good.
No,
Ole
they're
Miss
not
is much better than them, and I just think this is such a good spot to stay within the points here for Auburn. They could win this game outright and just absolutely ruin Ole Miss's year. I think this is just one of those weird games that Vegas is just like, Auburn's. I think Auburn's really gonna give them a fight here at home. Ole Miss might actually fall apart.
Yeah, I am exactly on the same wavelength as you there. Get all over the home underdog here, Auburn plus 6.5. Numbers way too small. It means they know something. Ole Miss is one of those teams I have not been on. I really liked when they played at Tulane. I thought Tulane should have won that game. They kind of collapsed. Ole Miss didn't do anything to go out and win. I've bet against Ole Miss. I liked Arkansas against Ole Miss. Arkansas should have won that game outright. They definitely covered the number. I think this is another one. It's either really close and it's a field goal game, 1 point game, or Auburn could just pull the upset here at home. So I'm all over the Auburn plus 6.5, and I'm sprinkling the money line here as well. I don't care about the total for the game. Over, under, doesn't matter to me. Auburn's a big play this week. I like Auburn. Mario?
For me, I'm leaning heavier on the over. I think this is a weird line to have Auburn within a touchdown. I think if they're going to keep it within a touchdown, it means they're probably going to put up points, which is I just don't see Auburn doing because they don't
really have a quarterback.
They don't have. I mean, they have a rotation.
Yeah, they play like 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah. It's like you go in for 1 or 2 passes, tap in. This dude go in, throw a 6-yard pass. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. That being said, I don't know. It's a weird line. If you told me to pick a side, I would still probably, even though it's not recommended, I would probably still lean on Mississippi minus 6.5, just because at the end of the day, like I can trust Jackson Dart more than I can trust Auburn's.
Yeah, whoever's in.
Not even their quarterback, just their game plan or their scheme. I mean, they're a 500 team. Like, they win. They're kind of like Mike on Mortals. Maybe they hit, maybe they don't. Like,
well, he's lost 2 in a row now.
Yeah, I'm
so maybe Auburn might hit it 2 in a row and lose right here. So I don't know. I'm gonna lean on Mississippi minus 6.5. I wouldn't recommend.
We're banging.
I thought you were on Auburn.
Pause. Yeah, you got to stop. You got to stop banging people.
I'll start with you.
I mean, you're on.
No.
You're on. No, he's on Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
He's on Ole
What
Miss.
in the world?
But you got to stop banging people. Is what I'm saying.
No, I'm just saying. Okay.
You got to stop the bangs.
All right.
Either way, yeah, there's no way. I don't see any situation where Ole Miss blows out Auburn. Auburn at home is going to play a tough game. I don't know. I think somehow there's points. I don't know.
Somehow points.
Somehow points.
Kind of
like a Bears over.
Yeah, Bears somehow.
I thought if it would be under, I feel like they would set it way lower. 56 is like a lot of points to give an under. So I think they know that there's going to be points.
Ooh,
that logic is logic.
They know there's going to be points, and they know that Auburn's somehow going to score.
That's some advanced calculus.
Yeah,
right
it is.
That's
Ryan has something
trigonometry.
to say later, and we have every side. Like between the 4 of us, we have every side.
Yeah, we have Ole Miss over, under, Auburn money line. Yeah, it's all over the place.
So sick.
We'll see what happens. But we're here. We've come to the moment.
The big
Oh
one.
yeah.
The biggest game to date
yeah.
in college football is upon
This
us.
season.
Penn State at Ohio State, the matchup of 2 top 6 teams. Game of the week by far, uncontested, unanimous agreement. This is the best game we've seen. Ohio State,
absolutely.
-4, over under 46.5. Ryan, you're wearing the jersey.
Dude, Ryan looks like he's
The
about
floor
to
is yours.
bust out of a cave.
The floor is yours.
I feel like we need to like wrap his knuckles.
Dude,
'cause
yeah,
he's gonna go out
this
fighting.
kid
He's
is
gonna go out
literally
swinging.
about to. He's sweating.
Oh baby, what I've been waiting for all year. Oh, have I been waiting for this all year? No. Let's clap it up. Good clap.
You carried that clap out for a while. I was
know,
just going to
I gotta
ride it out.
Penn State, you've had an amazing year.
Ooh, hat.
You've been doing great.
Very.
You won 63-0 last week, I'm pretty sure.
That's a big win.
You've been murdering everyone that you've been seeing. You've been cover
Every game
wagons.
this year.
But it all ends this weekend. I'm so sorry, you nasty Lions. I think there's...
Tell me why.
Okay, first off, let me give a fair point to their side besides bias. We do have a lot of injuries right now on offense. Emeka didn't play last week. Trayvon Henderson didn't play last week. They're both slated to play this week. We don't know yet, but I am going to do the regardless. I think this is the Marvin Harrison, Kyle McCord like game that people go, these guys can win a championship. They've been balling. Marvin Harrison, the last 3 games, I think, has had 100 yards or more the last 3 games. They've been connecting on all cylinders. Ohio State's defense still looks strapped, just like they've done every week this year. At home, this is the first big home game they get. They had to play Notre Dame away. This is the game.
It's huge that it's at home.
Huge that it's home. I think we're going to get everyone back and be fine, but I really think Kyle McCord is flowing right now. I think he's going to be fine. I just think our defense is going to – Penn State's not going to be able to score like they have been doing on our defense. I love this -4 number so much. I also love the over. I think Ohio State is going to
That's a lot of points.
get going. Their
46 and a half at home, Big Ten.
I think Ohio State's offense is going to get
That's a
going
lot
this
of points.
week. I just have a weird feeling that Marvin Harrison and Kyle McCord are just going to finally do that explode thing in a big game. Because I know against Notre Dame, they didn't really do anything. It was kind of a tough matchup in Notre Dame.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a big game. Hopefully we get Emeka and Travion back. I don't think it'll matter, but I love Ohio State -4, and I love the over.
Wow. All right. I am riding with you.
Let's go, baby.
Ohio State,
You
I got
have
you.
to.
I got you.
You have to.
Ohio State -4 is the play here, and let me tell you why. Ryan covered some of the facts. Penn State has been the best team to bet on in all of college football to date. They've covered every single spread. They haven't played the toughest teams, but they've looked really, really good. I said out the gate, week 3, I think I said already, I admitted I was wrong. I said Penn State wasn't going to be good. Completely flipped. I think this is Ohio State's biggest game of the season. And yes, I know they play Michigan. I understand they play Michigan. This is their game of the year.
Yeah.
If Ohio State loses this game,
It's over.
I really think their season's over.
Yeah.
Because Penn State is now the team to beat in the Big Ten, and Michigan's
Over
still.
Michigan?
Well, no. If Penn State beats Ohio State, that's the team to beat. They've covered every spread. They would have covered this one too.
Yeah.
Michigan, obviously, still playing amazing, but they haven't played anyone. Going into Ohio State and beating an undefeated Ohio State is the biggest win that anyone will have on their schedule.
Should be number 1.
Today, they should be number. I think the winner of this game, regardless,
Has to be number
should
one.
be the number 1 ranked team. So the winner of this game is the team to beat in the Big Ten. There's 3 teams that could win this. The winner of this game is the front runner all of a sudden.
Yeah.
This is Ohio State's season. Ryan Day, if you're watching, which you should be, you better coach the hell out of this game because this Penn State team's coming to play. I'm betting on you because you're at home. That is the only reason. If it's in Penn State, I would be betting Penn State.
Wow.
I think Marvin Harrison Jr. does show up this game in a big way, and I think they score some points. So I'm Ohio State in the over. I'm laying the number, but go Buckeyes! Game of the week. This is a huge game. This is the game to watch. I mean, this is the game to watch. What a football game we got, Mike. I'm so excited to watch this. I'm so excited.
Understand this before I get into it. I am in a place where I cannot say shit about anything. I mean, my team is pretty much irrelevant comparatively to yours, Ryan.
You're still top 10.
I mean, but look, grand scheme of it,
My team's not ranked.
talk about giving flowers. I give all my flowers to Ohio State. Like I can't.
Don't make this about Texas.
this.
But
come on.
anyways,
Penn
no,
State, Ohio
sorry.
State.
Only Mike can turn Penn State, Ohio State to talk about Texas.
Here's the
Yeah.
thing. Here's the thing.
And he's going to give all his
Unbelievable.
flowers to Ohio State just for them to lose this.
I
Here's the
can't
thing.
wait for him
Stop.
to say but and then pick Penn
So
State.
yeah,
right
but
here. There it is.
but
There it is. There it is. He
We
rides. He loves his boys. He rides with his boys.
We talked last week about what does home field advantage mean to a spread, right? We said it was between about 3 or 4 points. I think they're going on the larger side of that, and I think it's literally a point too large. My reasoning behind that is simply just that Penn State's defense is absolutely just gargantuan giants
and
this
not
year.
as good as Ohio State by any metric or number.
Ooh.
I mean, yeah. Here's some stats for you.
With
Oh,
with
they're-
hey,
they're-
hey,
well,
listen
got
up.
stats.
Listen
He's
up,
got
boy.
stats.
Here's some stats for you.
Yeah.
Well,
Texas is coming out of it.
regardless, again, like I said, I
South.
can't talk too much shit, but they're second in the nation in points allowed with 8. They are first
They've
in
only allowed 8 points all year. That's wild.
an average of 8.
Oh,
Sorry.
average.
It's points
Okay.
per game, yeah.
Points per game.
And they are number 1 in average of yards per game with 191. They are second in turnover differential with plus 10. I mean,
He brought the numbers.
dude,
They're
their
good
defense is absolutely
they're great
stout.
defense.
I think this game is going to be really, really, really close. And I think it's going to be close to a point of like, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes to triple OT and somebody wins by 2, which would obviously.
What a call.
What a call.
Hey.
Triple OT
Triple-
safety for the win.
You heard it here
I mean,
first.
2-point conversion.
Yeah, Michael's back-to-back safeties. from last week carrying over this week. Triple overtime. You heard it here first. 2-point win.
Regardless, I'm taking Penn State +4, and I'm taking the under of 46.5.
For no reason.
Wait,
Triple OT.
You're taking the under after it gets to triple overtime.
That's
Goes in the first OT at 10-10.
He didn't say they're going to score.
10-10, then you had
He didn't say they're
28.
going to score in overtime.
10-38, and then, oh, yeah, you can get under. Wait, 10-10, no, you can't.
Yes, you can.
No, that's
They
20.
don't have to score.
28. Oh, yeah, it's 0-0. I guess if no one scores a point in the first 2 overtimes. A lot of missed field goals.
so you can't get there with 10-10. That was mathematically that was
You don't want 10.
incorrect.
Yeah.
7-7.
7-7.
7-7.
Big difference. Mario, where are you going here?
Okay, I'll talk spread first. Spread, I'm going Ohio State -4. As far as the over-under, I'm actually leaning on the under. In this spot, I see this to be a very defensive game. I think it's 2 great defenses going at it. That being said, I still think Ohio State will move the ball. One thing about Penn State's offense is that they've never really trailed from behind this year, and they're a very run-heavy team. So I'm curious, I think there will be a moment when Ohio State will be leading, and they can't lean on their run-heavy offense, basically like padding their lead. You know what I mean? They're going to be playing from behind. What does that offense look like playing from behind? And when they have to abandon their strongest point, which is their run. And I just think that's Ohio State's probably biggest strength is they're actually perfectly balanced on plays this year. They're 50% run, 50% pass, which sometimes drives Ryan insane because he wants them to be 80% pass, 20% run.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that being said, they're a very, very balanced offense, and they can go either way. If they need to lean on the run, Ohio State can go run. If they need to throw the ball, they can convert a 4th and 18 against Notre Dame. Like, they can show up in big spots. So I'm going to take Ohio State -3.5, but I do think it's under. I don't think Penn State scores a lot, and I think they slow down Ohio State's offense. That being said, I still think Ohio State probably wins by like a touchdown.
Yeah, the line we got as 4. I'm assuming that doesn't change your thing. You're still going Ohio State -4.
-4, yeah.
-3.5, yeah.
Oh,
-4, regardless. Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, Tate, round us out. Are you riding Ohio State? Are you with Mike? You just got to go Penn State here.
No, I'm absolutely riding Ohio State here.
Yeah.
We haven't actually seen Penn State play a very good team this year. The only ranked team they played was Iowa. They beat them 31-0, which is impressive, but Iowa has a miserable
They suck.
offense. I mean,
Iowa.
They suck.
They
put
probably
up
have
0
one of the
points on
lowest.
offense.
Yeah, one of
I
the
hate
lowest
them.
point
They did it for
totals.
ranked
That was my
games.
mortal, too.
They did it for the ranked
They
games.
so
that'd be
Penn State has played West Virginia. Delaware is not a real school.
I didn't know they had a team.
Illinois has been
Didn't know that
awful
was a
this
state.
year.
Yeah.
Iowa, one of the worst offenses in college football. Northwestern, probably the worst team in the Big Ten. And Massachusetts, who is probably the worst team
What a
in all
schedule.
of college football.
What a Give Clemson that schedule. We're top
Now-
5.
I know, literally.
Ohio State has had kind of a similar schedule, but throw Notre Dame in there.
Yeah.
And we saw them
On the road
down
at night.
on the road at night in a tough environment.
Down
we saw
with
Kyle
a minute,
McCord
yeah.
lead a game-winning drive.
Yeah.
I think that is going to be the difference in this game. Just for stats, by the way, Penn State is allowing 8 points per game. Ohio State's allowing 9.7.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
they're two
not
and
far
three,
off.
two
Yeah,
and
it's not
three
far off.
in points per game allowed.
Yeah.
So they're both dogs on defense. I think we've seen much more proven from Ohio State and their game plan and the way they play football. I think this is going to be actually an easy win. I think they're going to be ahead the whole game. I think Penn State's going to be trying to grind from behind, and I don't think they're going to make it happen.
17-10 Ohio State.
Real quick, I hate doing what ifs on the show, but if Trayvon Henderson and Emeka play and we have a full offense, I don't think this will be close. I don't think it'll be inside
Wow.
the number after Ohio State scores their first touchdown.
Do you think score early, take the lead, run it out?
Yeah. Woo! Dominance.
I like it. Well, this is the game of the week. You
It's
got
game of the week.
It's game of the
Got to
year.
tune in. This is a huge game.
Come
I cannot
on,
wait.
baby. Give it to me.
Good luck.
Give
this
it
is-
to me.
This is it. This is a big one. Speaking of big ones, I have a huge card.
Oh,
I have a
yeah.
huge card. I have a
do
huge
too.
card. I got to get back
Maybe
in
not
the
as
gutter
big as
last
yours.
I
week.
couldn't get big because I was so bad.
Yeah, I was terrible last
I
week.
dialed mine back, actually.
That's why I'm going to pump those
I
numbers up.
dialed mine 10 games back.
Nice.
Let's go ahead. Let's just go get into it. Let's talk some cards.
Let's talk about
Dang.
some cards.
We are here. It is time for all of us to give you our best bets of the week.
Best
The
part,
card
baby.
segment. Everyone's going to tell you every game they are betting this week. We're then going to talk our best
Oh, yeah.
upset, the best plus money underdog, and we're going to end it out with the Mortal Locks
Oh,
and
yeah,
the 5-way Mortal Parlay. Tell you what you will be
yeah.
sweating if you're a subscriber.
This is why you watch the show.
This is why you watch the show. Starting it off on that end with Mario. Mario, give us your full college
Let's
football
go,
card.
Mario. Woo!
Kicking it off, we're going with Georgia Tech. We're laying the points against Boston College, minus 4.5.
He said it last
It's
podcast.
the
He's
Georgia
gonna
Tech game.
ride it all
And I'm
year.
also taking the over 58.
Ooh, doubling up on
I'm
a
doubling
game.
up on Georgia
game.
Tech.
2-0 to start the
That's how
week.
we're kicking it off after their bye week.
2-0, 2-0.
Big game for Georgia Tech.
Big game for Georgia Tech. Next, we're going to the Holy Grail. We're going LSU minus 30 against Army. I'm also taking
Wow.
LSU over 57.5.
Bang.
First, I thought under, but then I remembered
It's LSU.
week 2, we play Grambling State. 72-10. If Grambling State can score 10 points, so can Army, because we're going to score at least 49. We're going to cover
Minimum.
I love
yeah,
that. I love
easy.
it.
That's sharp. You thought back to the Grambling State game.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. It's
good.
all
That's
in
how
the
good
calendar.
in
Degen
the
is.
books.
That's
Back
the
in the
stats you
books.
won't get anywhere else.
Yeah.
No, I like that.
Missouri minus 7 against South Carolina. I hate South Carolina, Spencer Rattler, and I love Missouri and Luther Burden. Mississippi State, Arkansas over 48.5. Also UNLV, Colorado State over 64. Points.
Lots of overs.
Lots
Points,
of
points.
overs, lots of points. UNC minus 23.5, big number against Virginia. Tez Walker's back. In
be
case you
a
didn't know, Drake
He's
May,
back.
Love
he's
that.
heating up.
Virginia's back.
Watch out.
Love it.
We're going to go Oregon minus 20 against Washington
Love it.
State.
Bounce
Washington
back.
State is collapsing, and it's very, very sad, but they can't do anything about it. They suck.
Life alert.
Yeah, Oregon's going to dominate them. Next, we're going to go Oklahoma minus 19 against UCF. Nothing to say there. Oklahoma at home should kill
Never
them.
lost a cover.
We're going to go to the Force. Shout out Kyle.
Shout out Kyle.
Air Force minus 10.5 against Navy. It's going to be a battle of the branches.
Armed Forces games.
Armed Forces game.
Huge.
We're going to go ASU, Washington, under 58.5.
Wow.
I think ASU runs the ball a lot, wastes a lot of clock.
Got a boo.
Yeah, and they're not going to put up points. And then obviously Ohio State minus 4 and the under 46.5. And that concludes my card.
Beautiful
like it.
way to
Dang.
end
You
the
doubled
card.
up on quite a few games.
Double it up. Yeah. We're getting
When
a
in
little
doubt,
double action.
double down.
Yeah, exactly.
Mr. You.
Double dip.
Mr.
Similar
You.
to Mario, I have a couple double dips here. Let's start off with one of
It's a
them.
double dip kind of week.
Double
A
dip.
double what?
Double
dip.
dip. Double dip.
Double
Yeah.
Double dip.
All right.
Double
Anyways, let's swan dive on into it.
Oh.
Oh,
Let's feel it.
What
elegant.
are you diving into?
Tennessee plus 9.5 against
Okay.
Bama.
What a segue.
Already talked about
That's
it.
sharp.
Also going to double up on the Tennessee Bama over 49. Bing, bang, boom.
Bing, bang, boom.
We're going to go with the USC Utah over a 56. Already talked about it. Ole Miss plus 6.5 against Auburn. I literally hate
Nope.
minus-
Nope.
Sorry,
Minus 6.
minus 6.5. Sorry.
his brain knows what to
Nope,
choose.
I'm stupid. Sorry, minus. Penn State plus 4. Sorry, Ryan. Sorry, Kev.
You're not
sorry.
You're not sorry.
He
You're
doesn't,
not
he doesn't
sorry.
know a single player on the team.
You're
but he's
not
just
sorry.
riding.
This
No,
is
I'm
a
sorry.
rider.
He's a rider. That's a rider.
No,
folks.
sorry.
I'm
That's
sorry.
a rider.
You love
I'm
to
sorry.
ride your boys unless
Quick,
it's Ryan.
quick double up. Quick double up. We're going to go with the under of 46.5 for that game. We're going to now move out of the games we talked about. Gotta ride Texas plus or minus 23.5 against Houston. I'm bad with the plus and the minus.
Just keep swan diving.
Yeah, just keep
Yeah.
swan diving.
All right.
Double dipping over there.
Gonna go with Oregon minus 20 against Washington State, exactly like Mario said. Washington State sucks, and Oregon get back game. So bing, bang, boom. Michigan minus 24. Been riding with Michigan for a while, and Michigan State sucks. So Michigan. Clemson minus 3.5. I ride with.
He's a rider.
I don't want you riding me.
No, I'm a rider.
I don't want you riding
I'm
me.
a rider.
He knows how to
And
ride.
Miami is also just terrible.
Yeah,
so
I just don't want
bang.
you. I don't want you riding.
Yeah.
Oklahoma, UCF under 65, and ending with Army LSU over a 57.5. Bing, bang, boom.
Wow. All right. Last week, I gave out 16 picks. I won 4 of them.
Bang.
What does that mean for us this week?
I'm giving out 16 picks again.
Bang.
All right.
Love it.
We're going to win all of them.
Okay.
I like
16 and 0.
We are going to go 16 and 0. I am so confident on this card. I almost had a game of the year this week.
Wow.
But I backed off of it, but it's still my mortal,
Can't
and
wait
I
to hear
love
it.
it. Yeah, it's a sharp line. Everyone's going to love it, I guarantee it. And no one's thought about it. Starting off every card the same way. Air Force, minus 10.5
Yes,
over Navy.
Shout out, Kyle.
Armed Forces Bowl, shout out Kyle. Now to the games we talked about. Texas Bama over 49. Duke plus the 14.
Tennessee, Bama.
Tennessee
You
Bama.
said
Yeah.
Texas, yeah.
Yep. Tennessee Bama over 49. Duke plus the 14. USC, Utah over 56 and USC minus 6.5. Auburn plus 6.5 and Ohio State minus the 4. Now with the games we didn't talk about, I'm trying something this week.
What are we trying?
I'm betting unders.
Okay.
I need to get right somehow. So buckle up.
Okay.
Dude,
What in the world?
no,
are we in?
I love it.
no, buckle up. UAB, Memphis, under 63.
gosh.
Definitely have the over.
Iowa, Minnesota, under 32.5. Tulane, North Texas, under 63.
That's an over.
Tulane also minus the 20
I like that.
against North Texas. Hawaii, New Mexico, under 60.
Oh my God.
TCU, Kansas State, under 59.
Oh no.
Utah State, San Jose State, under 66.5.
Holy smokes.
LSU, Army, over 57.5.
Dang!
And rounding it out with the inaugural South Carolina bet, Missouri minus 7. There's your 16 picks. 16-0, 16-0, 16-0. If I don't go over 60%, all my picks are free next week. And I'm bringing it back. It got me above 60% before. We're going back to the well. 16 games, 16 games.
If there are points scored in college football, you would probably not see Tyler on the podcast next week.
No, it's a big unders week.
Huge.
It came to me in a dream.
Yeah.
I love it. No, I love
Came
the
to me in a
dream.
dream.
No, I love it.
The last time one of us had a dream, UCLA beat Washington State.
Yep.
Dang.
No, I have a dream.
Martin Luther King had a dream. All right, starting off with my Friday game, I have my SMU team total over 36.5. They're going to probably score 60 against Temple. This is a huge. They're going to score a million. The over's going to be a million.
Sharp.
I just love the team total over just in case Temple doesn't score. Going to Air Force minus 10.5 versus Navy. Got to put it on the card. Shout out Kyle. Easy play. Oklahoma minus 19 versus UCF. Covered every single week this year. Never going to stop. UAB Memphis over 63. Both these teams are slept on, and they're going to score a lot of points. They're very slept on, these offenses, and they're good.
It's an unders week.
Oregon minus 20 against Washington State. Huge bounce back week against a team struggling. I think Oregon's defense makes a statement this week. Bo Nix is going to do what he does. He'll be fine. They're going to score. Missouri team total over of 32.5 against South Carolina. Just in case, like last week against Florida, South Carolina Rattlers scored 39 points. I still think Missouri might win, but they're going to score a lot of points easily. Love the over. North Texas plus 20 versus Tulane. Tulane doesn't cover this year. They don't cover. They covered one shitty game, and they just don't cover. I'm sorry, but they just don't cover.
That's right.
Wake Forest minus 1 against Pitt. This is the weirdest line of the week. Pitt just Pitt. We always thought Pitt was going to be terrible last week, and they balled out.
I'm so shocked.
I just think they're terrible, so I love Wake Forest minus 1. It's a Vegas bet, easy pick. Texas team total over 40.5 versus Houston. It should be a murder. They need to put up a ton of points. Toledo, Miami, Ohio over 48.5. Two good offenses, both 6-1. They're going to score a lot of points. North Carolina team total over 40 versus Virginia. I think they're going to Drake May. We already talked about it. A million points.
It's a big overs week.
Oh yeah, over.
Big overswing.
No, for the teams. For the teams.
No, buckle up.
Auburn plus 6.5 versus Ole Miss. Like I said, I haven't said yet, but I love Auburn plus 6.5. BYU, Texas Tech over 52. BYU scores points. And I got a triple up. A lot of you guys were double dipping. I triple dipped. LSU minus 30. LSU over 57.5. And LSU team total over 43.
Oh my.
3 for 3, all in. Great bets. LSU's going to score a million and cover.
That's almost a max play.
It's max play. Everything.
I love that.
This is going to hurt me a lot. On my card, I had Clemson minus 3.5. But when Michael rides, it's an automatic fade.
Take it off.
I'm taking it off the card. I'm not even betting
Don't bet Miami. Yep, take
I'm
it
just
off.
taking it off the card. No, I don't. I am a rider. I'm not going to disrespect Clemson for no reason. I don't need to.
Yeah.
I had Clemson.
I
I'm taking
can't
it
believe
off.
he doesn't know what that is.
No.
Right? Utah plus 6.5 versus USC. Love fade USC. And last but not least, OSU minus 4, baby. It's on my card. I'm hammering it. I normally don't like to hammer my team, but they're gonna murder Penn State.
I was gonna say I'm surprised it's not your mortal.
I never.
What a card.
You don't mortal your best team.
You can't mortal
You
your
can't
own
mortal
team.
your teams. You double
Unless you're
lose.
Mike, you mortal against your friend's favorite teams.
Yeah. Well,
No,
I.
doing that. Oh god.
Baltimore. You had Baltimore. Tate, round us out.
That
What's the
was
card?
literally Ryan chose.
Hey, don't make this about you.
Don't make this about you. It's Tate's
Let's
turn.
go, Tate.
Don't make this about you.
Tate, give me a great card.
All right. We got a couple picks this week. We're gonna start off with Mississippi State at Arkansas over 48.5.
Big over.
Yeah, big
a
over.
lot of
week.
overs.
Ohio State minus the 4 versus Penn State, easy. Oklahoma 6-0 against the spread, minus 19 versus UCF. BYU, Texas Tech over 52. Same number as last week. Keaton Slovis still a lot of games over that exact number. LSU, Army over 57.5. North Carolina minus 23.5 versus Virginia. Virginia sucks. Oregon versus Washington State over 62. Points. Minnesota and Iowa under 32.5.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
I have that.
USC minus 6.5 versus Utah. UNLV minus the 8 versus Colorado State. UNLV's 6-0 against the spread. it's going to be on the card every week. TCU plus 6.5 at Kansas State. UCLA minus the 17 at Stanford. And your crappy pick of the week, the best bet I give out on the pod. Georgia Southern minus 17 versus UL Monroe.
Wow. I like it.
Since it's my best pick, I've got to give out some stats. UL Monroe only had one offensive touchdown against Texas State last week.
Yeah, I heard.
There's Ryan's
One
mortal.
offensive
That was just
touchdown.
mortal.
Yeah, we had to watch that game.
For a 64.
Their offense is horrible.
No, we watched the whole game. Yeah, they're bad.
No, yeah.
Yeah. Not good.
Georgia Southern only had one offensive touchdown, but played one of like the best defenses. Well, theoretically, actually one of the best defenses in college football in James Madison this year. Okay, so think about this. They only scored one offensive touchdown, and they're 17-point favorites.
I hear you.
Completely
think
broken.
that's
They didn't play a juggernaut in James Madison.
Vegas, yeah, juggernaut and James
Madison. It's a big team.
Great bet.
Hey, it's my crappy pick of the week.
Great program. Rank 'em.
Program.
It's an auto tail. 7-1
Auto
after
tail.
this week. Georgia Southern minus 17.
Bang.
What a card.
No, I love it.
I love it. There you have it. All of our cards. Now we're going to tell you about our upsets of the week. The upset of the week picks started off hot. We've cooled down a bit. The only one who's really keeping their own weight is Tate over there.
Yeah.
So we're going to start off with him. Give me your upset of the week. It's on fire.
All
You're 4 and
gas,
3.
no brakes.
I'm betting this.
All guys.
I'm betting it as well.
It was actually on my card. We're going to go with TCU plus 205 at Kansas State.
Ooh.
TCU has a true freshman quarterback that balled out last week. And he threw for 439 yards and 4 touchdowns against BYU. I'm buying the hype.
Ooh.
I think he's going to go into Kansas State. It's going to be a little revenge game from the Big 12 Conference
Championship last year. Where they lost.
I actually love this spot. TCU's defense also created 5 turnovers last week against BYU.
Keaton Slovis, I mean,
I know.
He helps out.
Yeah. He helped him out a little bit, obviously. Yeah.
Friend
but
of the pod.
I think TCU's defense will show up. I love the true freshman quarterback. This is a perfect spot. Plus 205. Love the juice. They're plus 6.5. Take the money line.
ooh.
TCU.
Bang.
On fire.
Yeah.
I love it.
Bing, bang,
I
boom.
love that pick. I'm at a little something. I know I couldn't talk about my the Auburn versus Ole Miss game. It's because I love Auburn at plus 215 in
baby.
this spot. No, I love it.
Yeah, baby.
Not only against the spread, which they are 15-4 when they're home dogs. That home field advantage is a real thing in Auburn. They're 15-4 when they're home dogs covering the spread. They're going to win this game. They played Georgia phenomenally. With a full Georgia, no excuses, 100%. Ole Miss is not... I love Ole Miss. They're not the team I thought they were going to be. Jackson Dart isn't having the crazy season people thought he was going to be. He kind of slowed... Their offense kind of slowed down. I think Auburn just... They're just going to be the almost experienced team at this level, and Ole Miss isn't. I think they're going to be up and just have the lead the whole game. Maybe Jackson Dart at the end of the game tries to get something going. I love this plus 215. I love the plus 6.5. Take it all. Auburn's taking the
I
best.
love it. Absolutely love it.
I like it. Yeah, I'll be betting both those. Hopefully, I have a chance to hit those because something I'm not hitting is this upset pick. I'm the only one who hasn't hit one. I'm 0-7, and I'm gonna level with you here. This probably isn't gonna hit either.
Well,
Temple plus 850 at home against
my God.
SMU.
smooth.
Temple hasn't won in a month. SMU's
They're due.
SMU's hot.
The do strategy.
They're due.
Both teams are up.
This is a gut feel. This is a gut feel play. They're at home. I like home dogs. There's no way they lose 5 straight. They've lost 4 in a row. SMU.
No way, right?
There's
They're
no-
4-2. They're
no way.
average. They're not great.
There's just no way.
But
Okay.
I like the juice. I like plus 850. I'm gonna throw 100 at it. Hopefully something comes back to me. That's all I got for you. That's all I got for you. I mean,
Check the account later in the week, you know.
yeah, I've played really high conviction upsets for big money the last couple weeks and it's not working. So
Forget
it's
about
probably
it.
gonna lose.
Throw it at it. See what
$100 plus 850. If I hit this, I'm up.
Bang.
I'm up on the year.
I like
that.
So
I like
it's a
that.
big week for me, Temple.
All right. Well, the running joke in the group is that I can't give a actually valuable upset. So I went with a valuable upset.
You gave even money last week.
Yep.
Yeah. So now I'm going to go with a plus 290.
Wow.
A little bit of an upgrade, right? A little bit of an upgrade.
I'll give you some.
This has got it.
I'm going to go with the fade Alabama. I'm betting on Tennessee money line. Jalen Milroe can't throw. What can I say?
Can't throw Milrow.
He can't throw. He
Tennessee.
can't throw. And I
Plus
also
290.
think that the Tennessee running back, Jalen Wright or something like that, is just bang.
Doesn't matter. He's
bang.
He's
bang.
bang.
He's bang.
Tennessee. The
Boom.
easy way.
Boom.
The easy way.
Plus 290.
Mario, round us
Let's
out here.
cash.
Yeah, I'm basically just riding the coattails of Colorado here. So, because I've been atrocious on upset picks. We're gonna go with Stanford plus 550 against UCLA.
Ooh.
I just like Stanford at home, and it was a ton of value. Don't really think they're gonna win, but I think they'll make it a game, and you never know. Dante Moore might
That
throw.
receiver on Stanford.
Yeah, I mean he can ball out, and I mean Dante Moore might throw a pick, maybe a pick,
He will throw a pick.
maybe a pick six.
That's
He
very
starts the
good.
game every game the same way.
he'll
No,
throw
yeah,
a pick,
that's what I'm,
that's-
I'm hoping Stanford, they start with the free 7 points,
Yeah.
and they can just kind of ride that.
Yep.
So
Wow.
that's what I got for you.
There you have it. There's your
I like
upsets. It is now time.
Best part
Let's
of the
give
week.
out some mortal locks.
Hey, if you like free money, I need you to listen up right here.
The Subscriber Picks Parlay is a free roll we give to every subscriber, allowing anyone the chance to win up to $1,200 each week.
We put our own money at risk every single week on our 5 best bets, what we call mortal locks.
And if our parlay hits, we'll be raffling off all of our winnings to one lucky subscriber who supports our amazing show.
Like the videos, comment on the videos, click that subscribe button below. We've already paid out $350 in our Mortal Lock Parlay winnings, and you're gonna be next.
It is mortal lock time. We are going to tell you right now what each of our best bets of the week is. It can be college or pro football.
Yep.
We're going to parlay all of these together, put $50 on it. It's going to pay out around $1,200. We'll give you the exact number at the end. If you like, subscribe, and comment, you could be a winner. If all of these bets hit, you can be a winner. This is the part of the show you need to lock in.
Yeah.
Mario, we are starting with you this week.
The best of the
The best mortal
The best
lock.
of
You're
the
6-2 on the year.
Auto tail.
What is the pick everyone should be writing?
I'm
Yep.
hammering.
This
Come.
week,
Give it to him.
my mortal lock is going to be Michigan minus 24 against Michigan State.
Wow.
Bang! I love that. Let's go.
I know it's a rivalry game. I just feel like this year is a very, very strong year for Michigan and a down year for Michigan State.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
So
love it.
that's the pick.
Simple.
Michigan domination. I love
it.
that.
The
Just
Wolverines
dominate.
coming in and
Mr.
beating up
Yoon.
the Spartans.
Well, this is actually kind of fun. It's a little combination between the three of our teams. I'm going to go with the over of 44 in the Rams versus Steelers
Rams.
games.
Oh.
I think that the Steelers defense is absolutely atrocious.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
You heard me.
No, he didn't stutter.
According to no one.
No,
According-
that's what he
The
thinks.
Steelers
According to-
defense is bad.
According to a stat that they average, I believe 24 points per game allowed, and that ranks them at 23rd in the league. Not the greatest. Second to that, Cooper Kupp is back. The Rams look absolutely fluorescent.
Fluorescent.
They look
Their
fluorescent.
lighting looks great.
They look.
The fluorescent blue. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they look great. I think there's gonna be points. Bang, give me the over.
Big
Mortal.
day for Kenny Pickett.
Bang.
Okay.
Bing bang boom.
You just find ways to like bet against our team.
How is that even betting
No,
against?
it's betting-
They're top 10 in points allowed in the NFL.
All right. Well, bang.
You said they were bottom 20.
You said
No, you
23rd.
said bottom.
You
what
said
is that?
23rd.
So bottom 10. and
I
they're
might have
top-
been looking at the past 3 games, not the seed. You know?
They gave up 10 to the Ravens,
Yeah.
18 to the Raiders, and
Yeah.
then they lost to the Texans, giving up 30. There's no way that average is what you said.
I mean, it's not great.
24. And all right,
Can't be great.
whatever.
Also-
that's the mortal. That's the mortal's the over.
You said
so-
Steelers defense bad, Rams defense good.
Yeah.
Or offense good, over. But
Yeah.
Rams, I mean, so
no, it's
so
fine.
Steelers are going to put
It's an
points.
over.
Okay.
It's the
Bang.
mortal lock. That's
Yeah, I got it right.
Over.
What are we gonna do?
Over.
Over. Points.
Over.
you modeling Steelers games gives me PTSD, but that's fine.
Hey, also realize that I give this extra consideration considering I have not been in relegation this year.
It's a relegation game.
and this is relegation watch, so it's not like I'm just throwing out a freaking pick.
Of course not.
I hope you
course
never
not.
throw
I'm
For
not.
the viewers out there, he was kidding. He doesn't throw out.
He doesn't
I
usually
never
throw-
have.
Never throws out
This is
more.
This is the first game.
Never implied that's what I've done, but the reactions based off of what I said and what I mortaled make you think that I'm just throwing out games. I'm certainly
Well,
not. This is something I
you didn't
did.
throw out the stat. That was just wrong.
Regardless.
I mean, that's the only.
Regardless.
He throws out stats. He doesn't throw out.
And his
games.
other mortal he didn't pick.
I mean,
Someone else
the only
picked.
stat you gave for the game was just made up. I mean, it's just not a number.
Regardless, regard him.
You completely made that up. Pulled it out of thin air.
No,
No,
absolutely not.
absolutely not.
Yeah,
It's
no.
fine.
Atrociously.
Over.
All right,
Atrocious.
it's the over. It's the over.
Atrociously
I'm
lying
fine.
of a
Atrocious.
statement.
I love it. I love it.
Yep. I can't wait until this speaks. You guys fade me and I
I'm
make
not,
so much
I'm
money.
not fading you. I mean, I love your stats. This game was almost
Ready
my game
for
of the
it.
year. I've been
Ready.
looking at this game. I'm not even joking. Everyone up here can ask. They don't know what the game is, but I've been saying week 8. I have a number, regardless what it is. It's going to be my game of the year. I toned it back a step because last week just went off the rails for me. I was like, I can't make it seem like just because I went 5 for 20 that I have a game of the year to get it all back. This is still a massive mega nuke whale all in train coming straight at you through the house type of play. The play is in an armed forces game.
Wow.
Air Force Navy over 36.5.
Oh,
Everyone ever bets unders in armed force games.
Yep.
This one is different. I've been waiting for this bet for a long time now. Let me tell you why. Air Force scores points like it's going out of style. They've scored under 34 one time this year. Often they're in the 40s. Navy has scored at least 24 points in 4 out of their 6 games, and they give up a bunch of points. This defense is not good, and no one's been able to stop Air Force. The public, as every armed forces game ever, all over the under.
Yep.
This is every single thing I wanted to happen for this to line up. Air Force offense good, Navy's offense good, Navy's defense bad, public on the under. I am all over this over, and it's a low number, 36 and a half.
so low.
No, it's low
Which
because
is
it's armed
scary.
forces games.
Well-
The Army-Navy
they always
game.
hit.
the over hasn't
No,
hit in
Army
the past.
Navy. No, that's for
no,
Army Navy.
Navy.
Oh,
That's for
oh,
Army
oh,
Navy.
never-
This
oh,
is
never mind.
just Air Force Navy. It's not this. There's no trend going
I'm
with
sure the
those.
unders are still pretty solid. And
Over.
This is the shortest number. I've never 36 and a half. Air Force.
Yeah,
is
it's
so
not-
low.
Wait till you see how many points this game hits in the third quarter.
I
The over hits in the
love
third
that.
Well, Air
quarter.
Force is going to score.
This is.
I love that.
You bet the Air Force minus 10 and a half on the card. Hammer the over. Hammer the over. I've made back-to-back Mortal Lock wins. I'm going to make it 3-0 for you. I'm making you money. Air Force, Navy, over 36 and a half.
No, I love that.
I love it.
Bang.
I love that. Now, I'm going to need to ask a little favor of someone real quick. Tate, would you mind standing up for a second?
Whoa.
Stand up for a second.
Just stand up.
Just stand up. Can the camera zoom in on something real quick? That's right. UCLA minus 17 against Stanford. No.
Wow.
This is
That was on my card.
This is a perfect spot. I'm telling you right now.
Wow.
Stanford was down 29-0 at halftime against Colorado. They were terrible. Had a miracle luck of the Irish leprechaun shit happen to them to win that Colorado game. Colorado's defense is not UCLA's defense. This is going to be I think they're going to be down 20-0, 24-0 at half again. They're not coming back on this UCLA defense. I think UCLA is going to score all over them like every team has done to Stanford. I love this 17. I think it's only 17. It should be like 24 and a half. It's only 17 because of literally what happened in the last week.
Yep.
They just lost to Oregon State in a bad game, and Stanford had the most miraculous comeback. It's one of those games where you just look at it and you go, they messed up. This is going to be a blowout. They're just looking at stupid last week stats. I love this game so much. I'm all over it. UCLA minus 17.
Yes.
Hammer it.
Wow.
Hammer it.
Yes.
I mean, if my upset trend continues, that
That's
should
why-
be an automatic lock.
Automatic lock.
Automatic
I
lock.
I love that. It's already on my card. Stanford's
Wow.
a bunch of frauds.
They are frauds.
They suck.
All right, round us out,
Bad.
Tate.
I hate
All
Stanford.
right, we're gonna go to Arkansas minus 6 versus Mississippi State at home. Arkansas has been an absolute covering machine this year against conference opponents. They're 3-1. Okay, they've had 1-score losses to Alabama, LSU, and Ole Miss.
Yeah.
All on the road. All 3 of those games. Those are tough games.
They're
It's
finally
a hard
home.
schedule.
They're coming home for the first time in a couple games. They've had 1 home game in the last 4 weeks. They're coming home to face this Mississippi State team that's 1-6 against the spread.
Love it.
And Mississippi State has had I think Mississippi State has had one away game this year. One away game. This is going to be their second away game of the year.
That's weird.
Yeah, I know it's weird. And I think if Will Rogers at Mississippi State has a chance to ruin my mortal lock, it's not going to be on the road. I think finally this is going to be a point where KJ Jefferson is like, I'm going to play an actual team instead of like a top 15, top 20 ranked team that's actually really good.
Kills him,
yeah, they're just going to kill him. They're at home. This Razorback defense comes out at halftime and they play different.
Ooh.
Against Alabama, they made Alabama punt 4 of their 5 possessions in the second half.
Sharp.
Which is nuts. Only allowing 3 points. 3 points from Alabama in the second half. Mississippi State, one away game. Arkansas, second home game of the year. Or third home game of the year. Get it done. -6.
Wow.
Bang.
Awesome.
Love it.
You heard
Come
it
on,
here
baby.
first. So you're going to have Arkansas minus the points, UCLA minus the points, the Air Force Navy over. Steelers, Rams over.
Points.
Points.
And Mario's going with Michigan minus 24.
Points.
This is a big over week.
It's a big over week. That parlay right there, 5 ways. All those bets hit. We are paying one person who's subscribed, likes, and comments $1,200.
Come on,
Bang.
now.
Come on, baby.
Enter the free
You
roll.
want to
Come
do it.
on.
Let's lock in this.
Literally, just comment below on the video whether or not you think it's going to hit your favorite game of the week. Comment anything. It gives you a way bigger
We've
chance of
already
winning
given
this.
away $500.
$500
for free.
this year.
That could be you for $1,200. Just comment, like, anything, share with a friend. Get us going. It's free.
Yep,
Come on.
it's free. Tell the people what they have to do before they exit the video.
Like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend, ring that notification bell on because you need to be winning money with us.
Buckeye Nation, let's go. Big game.